is the amazing sound of the ocean. And let's get back into the room. This is not what I had in mind when I thought of making a video on how to edit your pictures on your phone for your Instagram, social media, Facebook, or wherever you want to post them. But then I thought this is the right way to do it because most of us do not travel with equipment or big gear like cameras, lenses, tripod, reflectors. All that we have is this little thing here, cell phone. I have been traveling Alaska for the last 4 days now, and this has been one of the most picturesque trips I've taken in a long time. But because I have my kids, my in-laws, I'm constantly traveling with bottles of water, food, jackets. It is impossible for me to travel with my big camera. So I take pictures on my cell phone. If you've been following my channel, Blush with me-Parmita, then you would have seen my videos on how I take my pictures when I travel or videos on how to pose for Instagram. But this is truly unique because I change with technology, with time, and so should you. So I would be making a video on how to take your pictures when you're traveling, especially on this trip. I have started using so many new things that I have never used before. So that is coming up. So if you've not yet started following Blush with me, maybe it is a good time to hit that subscribe button. But today we are going to talk about how to edit your photos on phone. Welcome to Blush with me. When I'm talking about editing your pictures, if the first thing that comes to your mind is editing on one of those apps that completely clears your skin, blurs your skin, makes it glow like there's a tube light from within, that's not what I do. I actually have a couple of apps that I swear by. I love them. They give really nice effects to skin without making it look artificially blurred out, and it also has really nice cinematic effects. The filters really add to the drama that you want to create with your pictures. And the app is SNAPSEED. Towards the end of this video, I will share some before and after results of some of the images that I've shot on this particular trip. Can't wait to share that with you. But right now, let's start editing one image on SNAPSEED. Okay, so let's enter my phone. I'm going to tap on SNAPSEED and pick the picture that I want. I usually select my pictures and put them in my favorite album. So here I am. I picked this image from my Alaska trip. Now I go on the edits, and the first thing I pick is the portrait mode. Not because I want to blur the heck out of my skin, but because I like to smooth it out a little bit to give it a little even tone. So just a little bit. You can decide however much or little you want to blur your skin or soften it rather. And then I give it a little bit of glamour glow. Again, I do not like the glamour glow, and you will see later what I do with it. But for now, I just add a little bit of glow to it and enhance the saturation in the picture. So just tap on it and increase or decrease how much ever glow and saturation you want. And from here I go to Vignette, which is where I brighten the inner part of the circle. So you can decide how big or small you want that circle to be, how bright you want the inside of that circle to be. So usually just my face or my hand is what I brighten, and the outer brightness is reduced a little bit, giving it that natural frame-like effect. Now moving on to details. Now here you notice there is structure and sharpening. I almost never use the structure because that can really harden the skin, which looks very unnatural, or soften it extremely unnaturally. So I just stick to the sharpening bit for sharpening all my features, my skin, for that nice edgy look that I enjoy. Let's move on to the curves tool. Now here you don't just have filters, but you also have the option of changing the contrast, the shadows, the red, green, blue gradations of any picture, and you can create so many different effects instead of going to one of those apps where you just pick one of the 5 or 6 or 10 filters that are given which look extremely unnatural or sometimes can completely blur you out. So this is probably one of the best features of SNAPSEED. And even before you can get the hang of this curves tool, you will notice that it comes with a variety of filters at the bottom. You can just pick one of them and apply it to your pictures without losing the quality or the resolution of your images. And I'm still playing around with the curves tool just to show you how much more you can create with the same image, and all this without using Photoshop. Now I could have easily left the picture somewhere here because I'm happy with the way it looks. But let's just show you a little bit more that you can do with it. So I'm now going to go into Drama tool. So of course, Drama tool makes a picture more dramatic. So if you want that kind of effect, you can use this tool. But here I'm just going to reduce the filter strength and increase the saturation to create a little bit of more drama to this picture. And now I'm going to move on to the healing tool. The healing tool is just to heal certain spots in the picture. I don't like to Photoshop and blur the heck out of my skin, so I just take this tool and get rid of a few spots here and there. So if I have few bumps or acne spots, I just get rid of them, but I let my skin look natural without touching it up too much. And that's all the healing I think I need. I'm going to let my skin breathe even in the pictures. Moving on to the brush tool. Now the brush tool can add exposure, or it can brighten up certain parts of your face if you want to, or it can even add some amount of saturation. So I use that to brighten up my eyes a little bit. You could even use to brighten up your lipstick if you want to, but I don't like to do too much, just a little bit in my eyes is all that I'm using in this picture. The saturation bit is used to add a little more color to the image. The temperature is used to warm up the image. The exposure is used to brighten up the image, and the dodge tool also pretty much does the same thing. As you practice it, you'll get the hang of it. So here I'm trying to show you what it looks like if you brighten or darken certain parts of your image. I'm now going to straighten the image a little bit in the rotate tool and also flip the image on the other side, because if you notice, the Royal Caribbean logo on my robe is in reverse because this picture is a reflection which is shot in the mirror. You can now compare the before and after results of the same image so far. After this, I'm going to use the vintage effect. This is again just to show you what more you can do with it. With vintage filters, you can create more vintage, very retro style effects to certain pictures. Apply an effect that you like and take a look at your final before and after image. If you're happy with it, time to save it. You can either save a copy or export this final image. I like to save a copy just in case I want to keep the main image to redo or retouch up the image for a different effect. Take a look at a few different versions of the same image that I've saved on my phone. My trip is not yet over, which means I'll still be taking a lot more pictures over the next few days, and I will disclose all my tips, tricks and secrets on how I take pictures when I travel. I'm terrible at keeping secrets. I cannot hold my excitement back, and I have to share this amazing gimbal that I have been using over the last 10 hours. I've recently started using it. I got the hang of it pretty quick. It's called Smooth Mobile. As you can see, there is absolutely no shake. I'm holding it in my hand. I don't need a tripod, nothing. It's so easy to use. It looks like a selfie stick, but it's not. Moves like butter. Tracks my face, does not shake, and has so many amazing features that I can't wait to share with you. More on this gadget and more on how to take your pictures when you travel, which will be one of my forthcoming videos. So if you're not yet subscribed to Blush With Me, then maybe it's time to. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to share this video with your friends. Hit the like button. What else? Oh, and Instagram. Follow me on Instagram and my Facebook. On Instagram, you can find me as blushwithme_Parmita. On Facebook, I have a Facebook fan page which goes by Blush with Me Parmita Photography. Now you expect me to say that this is all I had for today, but nah. Before you go, make sure you take a look at the pictures that I have taken on this trip, especially all the befores and afters. And try editing some of these pictures and share with me on Instagram. Make sure you tag me so I can see them. Bye for today. Blush with me.